Hey beautiful people, I hope you all are doing well. You're welcome to my channel. If you're a new subscriber, you're welcome. My name is Kosi and I make videos on faith, beauty, lifestyle, and this right here is a beauty related video. If you're a returning subscriber, you're a darling. Welcome back. If you're new here, please do well to subscribe, and if you love this look going on here, do well to watch the very end, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you. Hey beautiful people, so let's just jump into this video. As you can see in my eyes, an insect flew into my eyes just before this video, but anyway, we'll go ahead with the makeup. And here I'm using this Glycerin and Rosewater to apply all over my face. I already washed my face, so it's going to serve as a toner as well as a moisturizer. So I applied this all over my face. Yeah, and next I'll be applying a moisturizer under my eye. It's a moisturizer by Facefacts. Then next thing I'll be doing will be applying my primer. It's a mattifying primer, and I use the flat brush to apply it all over my face. And I noticed that it gives a whitish cast, but you have to take your time to apply it. The next thing I'm going in with this Smashbox pore primer. You can apply it to the places that pores are visible. Then the next thing I'm doing here is applying a loose powder. It's a trick that you can use. You're not supposed to be very heavy-handed like I was, just very light-handed. Then you apply it before your foundation, especially if you have oily skin. So here I'm using the Estée Lauder foundation. It's one of my favorite foundations, and I applied all over with a flat brush, and I spritzed this brush with a setting spray, so it's a bit moist, and I use it to dab the foundation into my skin. So that's what I did, and it gives a flawless finish. I really love this foundation. So the next thing, I'll also use a beauty blender to just press all the foundation into my skin. And I'm going in with a concealer by Ellie Girl. We all know Ellie Girl, so I applied that, and it's in the shade Toffee. Then I'm using a damp beauty blender. Make sure it's not wet, make sure it's just damp, so it doesn't spoil the application process. The next thing, I'm going in with a Zaron concealer in medium. It's a shade or two shades lighter than me. So the next thing I do is to use a setting powder to apply under my eye, where I just applied the concealer to set it and put it in place. So I'll be doing that also on the other part of my eye where I applied concealer. Then the next thing I'll be doing will be applying the Zaron Face Definer, the Kondor, the darkest shade, on my nose to just give a little bit of light contour on my nose. Then I try to blend it in with a small fluffy brush. Next thing I'll be doing is try to I'm supposed to be baking with a translucent powder, but I don't have a translucent powder, so I'm still using the same loose powder. It's by Topface. So I apply that and try to make it a defined line to just give the nose a kind of defined shape, if you get what I mean. Then I use a small brush to apply in the middle of my nose where I applied the concealer earlier on to set the concealer. So that's what I did. And I also went in back with that dark shade of contour to the side of my cheeks and the side of my forehead. And I'll be applying the same loose powder right under where I applied the contour powder to give it a really defined look. And now I'll be doing my brows. I didn't do any special thing for my brows today. I just basically brushed it. Most times people do steps to set the brows, but today I'll just be going quickly, applying my brow gel with a small flat angled brush So you see I'm starting from under, then I apply, follow the outline on top, and I apply. Then the remaining product on the brush, I just use it to fill in the brows. But I kind of noticed that this brow gel is quite dark for my face, because I want to do a dark shadow. See, I was in doubt, so I decided for my other brows, I used a lighter shade of brow gel to give it a more natural look. Since I'm going with a dramatic eye, I don't want to go with a dramatic brow as well, so I'm doing the same thing, outlining under, then on top, then the remaining product on the brush, I just use it to fill in the brows. Yes, that's what I did here. Then I noticed it was better. If you can compare the two brows, you see that one is lighter than the other one. So I decided to wipe off the other one and redo it with the lighter shade. Did the same thing. So the next thing I'll be doing will be to go in with the same toffee concealer I used, the LA Girl. I start from the arc, then I try to clean up the brows, then work my way to the front part. Usually people use a darker shade in the front part, but I don't have time for that today. But I'll just make sure that I blend it out very well. Then I extend the concealer down into my crease. Then I'll be blending it out with a big flat brush. Some people use fluffy brushes. Then I also applied the concealer into the other part of my eyelid. Then I am blending it in with a flat brush, blending it very well so that I can have a base for my eyeshadow. And the next thing I will be doing will be to set this concealer with a loose powder. So I make sure I set that in very well. Then yeah, a little dance time. Makeup is not all that serious. So I'm going to do the same thing in my other eye. I've already put in the concealer, then I'll be setting it again. Next thing, I'm going in with my Juvia eyeshadow palette rather. I'm using that orange shade to act as my transition shade, and I'll be applying that to the crease, to my crease, and making sure I spread it all over my crease. Then I'll also be going with my other Juvia Place palette. This is a darker orange shade, and I'll be applying it, just blending the two colors together to give it a nice transition color. Then I'll also go in with the brown. I'm going to apply just a little below the orange, but I'll blend in two colors so there's no distinct mark between them. So I'm going to keep blending and blending it. Yeah. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is to use a black base. I'm using the Zaron eyeliner as the black base for my black eyeshadow. I want it a bit dark. You can skip this step if you do not want it to be very dark. It's going to turn out very beautiful. The next thing, I'm applying a black eyeshadow. I think it's from my Urban Decay palette. It's a really old palette I have, so you can use any black eyeshadow you have and apply it generously. And I go back to these same colors, the brown and the orange, and I blend it to avoid any harsh lines. You do not want to have harsh lines in your eyes, so I blend that in with a small fluffy brush. So next I will be using a small fluffy brush to clean out the excess loose powder under my eyes. I know it looks really white and it's like giving this whitish cast, making the face look really white, but trust the process. So clean that up, and next step will be to use your face powder, your normal shade of face powder, to apply it all over your face, to set all over your face. So you apply it generously and you keep blending that in to your face. Now the next thing I'll be doing is to use a blush, just a light blush by Vivien Kondor. Apply that with the blush brush on my cheeks. So I'll do that also on the other cheeks as well. Next, I will be using the highlighter from that same palette. It's a 3-in-1 palette, so I'll be using the highlighter to just lightly apply the highlighter on my cheeks, just above the place where I placed the blush. So I'll apply that. Sometimes people add more. I'm just adding a bit of the highlighter today. Then I'll be spraying my face with the Zaron setting spray. So this helps to keep your makeup in place and also to remove that whitish feel on your face. So next I've already lined my eyes with the Zaron gel liner, but now I'm using a glue liner, an adhesive pen. This is from my own brand, and also the lashes is from my own brand, so Charlie Beauty. So I applied the lashes. I noticed that I placed it wrongly. I exchanged the lashes, so I will be redoing it because I have to switch it to the other eyes because it didn't sit well on the other one. I will be doing the same thing using the glue pen. It's a very easy method instead of using lash glue. Some people do not know how to use lash glue. This is a very easy method. Just apply with the pen, then immediately place your lashes on it, and trust me, it's such a time saver. It makes the application of your lashes so much easier, guys. You know, sometimes you have to wait for your lash glue to get tacky, then you place it on your eyes and all of that, but this, you skip all that process with the glue pen. So you can get it from my page on Instagram. I'll put the link in the description box. The next thing, I will be doing my lips, and I'll be using the same brow gel I use for my eyebrows to line my lips. I do not have the lip palette, so I'm making do with what I have. With makeup, you can make do with what you have. So I'm using the brow gel to line my lips. So I'm just going with a subtle lip color because my eyes are already kind of dramatic. So for the middle of the lips, I used my Nude Mark lipstick in Honey Love, and I blended it into the lips. Then next, I'll be using a clear lip gloss to make it shine. So I'll be applying a clear lip gloss to the upper part of the lip. Then I'm still going to do that on the lower part of the lip as well. So I advise that you take your time and apply a generous amount of the lip gloss on both the upper lip and the lower lip. Then it's going to turn out beautiful. Now this is just the very last part of the makeup, and we are done, guys. Well, I think it looks nice. What do you think about this makeup look? We're done. Just right after the lips, we are done. So thank you guys for watching. Now I just take off my headband and try to style the hair, and this is the final look, and I hope you love it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.